update week 1, I guess. So since we started renovating our little future home and base of operations here in Denpasar, it's been a week. We've had a team of 3 or 4 builders, electricians, plumbers. Actually, they're not qualified to do much other than cigarettes. Oh, look, I've got to say, it's a different world. I saw a guy cutting asbestos sheets in his thongs, but he had a charcoal filter in his mouth. It was, we call it a cigarette. He calls it breathing apparatus. Oh my God. Oh, it's crazy. It really, really is different, the way they hang up ladders. And but I'll tell you what though, the quality of their workmanship is quite amazing. And instead of throwing away some old doors that were damn near rotten, they've re-skinned the old doors with plywood and planed it back, and look, it's bloody amazing. They've done a good job. So the roof is now sound. We now have jib board, except for that bit in the kitchen. So here's what happened in the kitchen. There was a window, a servery, and a bit of a bench, sort of a bar top. And it must have been made of some hardwood that the white ants didn't like, because when I moved some stuff and started to wash it down, the white ants came running around. I thought, I wonder where they're going. Well, they were going through the whole surround of the servery. They had channels through steel beams through the hollow, and they were coming out into the bathroom. Well, the bathroom doors had to come off because it was all rotten. And just as well we found it. Luckily, the structural part of the house is all made of cement or brick, cement rendered brick or whatever. But look, that was holding the door up. And that's not ideal. The rest of the servery window just literally fell to bits. But what it's given us is a really nice open kitchen. So check this out. So here's our big lounge room. Beautiful big room. There's a bedroom off there. There's another main bedroom off there. There's our little garden area there. And in the kitchen, now it doesn't have that big surround. It looked a bit like a window frame. But now it doesn't have that. We've got a beautiful big indoor-outdoor sort of flows through. So we have a big L-shaped bench across here. We've got water comes through from across the road. He's preparing a hole so we can put hot water through there as well. And I've done a little bit of scraping, and I've also done a little bit of painting as well. We've still got a bit of repairs to do. And I didn't do all of that, but I did do some of it when I pulled that rotten piece out. But we're getting there, and that's the main thing. I want to do as much as I can, but to be honest, it's really hard. I started getting out. I got a little pressure, like an airless spray gun thing. And to thin it out so that the paint will actually go through it, it's too runny to stick on the wall. I don't know, maybe I was just not built for this. But the owners, the builders turned around and said, no, don't worry about it. We'll do it for $1.70 per metre. So it's a 5 metre by 3 metre room, that's 15 times $1.70. Why would you bother? I'll do as much as I can, and there's a lot of work in just getting all the old paint off. We've been using water blasters, we've been using a grinder with a wire brush on it, and we've been using big long handle paint scrapers, and slowly getting there. The old paint's really rough, and it's got 27 layers of rubbish on it. Some of them are good, and most of them are just flaking off because, look, to be honest, I was telling a mate of mine, go Stewie, there you go mate, I was telling a mate of mine that the quality of painting, you can buy Dulux weather shield and stuff over here, and it's about, I think it's about $300 for a 25 litre pail. It's quite, look, it's probably reasonable and on par with what you'd pay overseas. But you can also buy for $65, you can get the local no-name brand, and it's got no Teflon, it's got no elasticity, no weather shield. In fact, you can call it paint, but it doesn't stick to anything. And I said to him, it seems that just about everyone in Bali uses the cheap paint, except for the guys doing all the tagging, because if you look up the road, there's some graffiti, and sure enough, it's been there for years. They obviously didn't go to the cheap shop and get the cheap paint. I'll take it down there. So maybe I should get the graffiti artists to paint it, because they probably do it damn sight cheaper than $1.70. Look at this here. It's not going anywhere, but the rest of the paint just seems to fall off. Let me go up and look at this one here. So whatever they've used there, that's the right paint. That's the duck's guts, because that stuff doesn't come off. Look, things are moving well, and I've got the guy at the moment. I've got the main contractor in the bathroom ripping the tiles out, because I want to change a couple of things around. I don't want a toilet at the very end and then you got to walk through the shower. They have a wet floor here quite a lot. Most of the bathrooms, you just sort of walk in and they splash water all around the place, and so the toilet seat's always wet, which, like, it's the tropics, you dry out in a minute. But from where I come from, it's not nice, it's not very pleasant. So I sort of want to try and modernise it, westernise it a little bit by putting a toilet and a separate shower, but in the same room. So we've had to rip up some tiles, we've had to move the door, because we're going to raise the whole floor up so we can get the plumbing up to where it needs to go. So check out my mate here. He's doing a good job. We had tiles up there. Hey boss. Yeah. And see, this is how you make things. So look, that's going to look beautiful when we're finished. We're going to have some nice big tiles in there, and we've got the toilet. There it is there, all set up. Nice new one, and it flushes. Got a little hot water service that sits on the wall as well, so I'll be able to have a hot shower without boiling a bucket. Oh, God. And then poor Jono is in here cleaning the bathrooms. Done a good job. There's another hose with a clamp on it. I think it's in the bathroom, and it's a bit stinky. But look, in the meanwhile, we've got to clean one of these ones out the back, because we don't have another shower or a bath toilet. I didn't expect today was going to end up being a wet t-shirt contest. And look at me. I'm just covered from top to bottom. I think inside and out, with paint from the walls in the back room, in what's going to become one of our offices, I guess. So the paint was all blistering, mouldy, and we've got a little bit to do up there. We've got most of that all done. We've been water blasting, we've been using paint scrapers. We still need a piece of jib for the roof. And I'm just saturated. Oh, it's funny as. Look at this. But I actually came on, not to talk about me, I came on to show you what these guys had done in the bathroom. Now originally there was a step up and one of these pan toilets, one of these little squat potties I call them. And there's a real one. So what they've done, they've got a chisel and hammer. Here we go. Chisel and hammer. They ripped all the old tiles off. Hello. And here he is. Look at him. Hello, boss. Look, busy boy. Bloody bagus. Oh, so because they've been able to chase down, we're not losing more height. They don't have to build the whole floor up, which is magic. Just amazing. Oh, I tell you what, they work bloody hard. So given that, we don't have a kitchen yet. There's the bathroom, there's the hot water service. But we're getting there. Every day we're making huge efforts. We've got water on. I'm going to turn that off actually. We've got the water on. Oh, look, I've got a clean toilet, if you don't mind one of these ones. If you remember what that looked like this morning, it looked a bit more like that one there. Oh. I'll tell you what, it's only 200 metres down to my house, so I'd rather run down the toilet down there than have to go here. But it's underway. It's good. It's magic. I've got a day off tomorrow. I'm filming with young Katut, and we're doing a couple of adventure activities. I think we're going up Mount Batur in a Jeep. I'm not walking up the hill this time. So that's going to be interesting, and we might do some cave tubing or something. There's a heap of exciting activities, and this time of year, being a wet season, the water's going crazy. So I reckon that's about the time to do it. So I'll take a day off the old renovation, and head up the mountain, have a bit of fun. Meanwhile, I reckon I deserve a bourbon. I tell you what I got. Fee dropped me up a cold drink. It's a nice big coffee, but it's not actually. If you look inside, it's bourbon and coke. God bless her. Love you, darling. Oh, tastes like paint. If that tasted like paint, I'd start licking the walls. Well, I think I'll go to the beach this afternoon, have a swim, try and get all this shit off me. See you guys.